certified and appropriately. Now, some of them at one point were on free forms. The government considers the elevation information to be static. Okay? The zone and the BFE might change, the base flood elevation, but the building's information is static. But if you're from where I'm from, Kenton, Louisiana, I know those elevations of buildings are static. Okay? They do sink. Okay? But this is a program-wide thing. So if I have the elevation of the building, then I can apply the current map and base flood to that static information to use that. Okay? So I want you on that. So if I go by, like right now, my parents own that house on Jacqueline. It's currently being written in like an A13. It's being written pre-firm. If I go by that house after October 1, it's going to a VE zone because that's what the current map says it is. It's in a V zone, and judging from the new places that have been built post-Katrina out there along Car Drive, it's probably almost a roof line below the base flood elevation. So I'm being rated at maybe a -6, a -7 difference from the base flood, and that's going to be exorbitant, that premium.
So it's on the ground?
No, it's off the ground.
That's right.
It's off the ground, but it's a good, it may be only about 9 feet off the ground, but if you look at the ones that they're building, they're probably 14 or 15 right now, okay? So if I'm 9 and they're 14, that's a -6, okay? And that's because I'm buying it new. So technically what you've done is you've killed my market resale of that place. And my parents own it outright, so I know what my dad will do. When he gets that renewal bill, when it has to go to that, I'm letting my flood go, okay? And I'll just basically, if a flood wipes it out, I'll sell the property and get my money out of it, and I'm done. That's basically what some of this will do, yes.
All right, so areas like Oak Harbor, Need Niles, who are an A zone now,
Under the current map.
under the current map,
Okay.
they could possibly be going to a B zone?
Yeah.
Correct.
I don't know that. Those maps have not been released.
But
There
when
was an
they're
initial preliminary that was released by FEMA. They've since been withdrawn back in, and until they put out another, I can't comment on a new firm.
But if they
it's possible,
it's
but
possible.
I can't go there.
Not only that, that base elevation they are now will be changing.
Could be higher, yes.
Right.
It could be higher, could be lower, it depends. St. Tammany's mapping has been pushed back. It's the only one right now that I don't have any determination on. When do we anticipate it? Unlike Orleans, Jefferson, St. Bernard, St. Charles, and Plaquemines, where those maps are right now out there for public view. Yes.
Wayne, so nobody gets really scared in this room right now? As of yesterday, Elizabeth is the person I've been talking to with the parish. They have 6 engineers working on it. The Navy Research Center is working on it. They are now talking about keeping these Niles at an A zone. Does not mean they're going to lock in the base flood elevation where it's at. The preliminary maps that are showing where they said to go to is showing a base flood elevation of 12 in these Niles right now. So, which it used to be a 9. So it may change. But that's what they've given information as of yesterday.
Yeah. Again, those things have all sorts of things that can change in them. There's pushback sometimes for mitigation work that still needs to be done. There's the pellets that go in. That could be a long process. The only thing we can talk about is this is your current map you have in effect today, and this is how that law is going to be applied to that map. Well, something that's going to be out there, let me say this. New Orleans, since their maps are out for public house right now, I don't expect their maps to be adopted till December or January. So basically that's on the radar from their standpoint. From your standpoint, you haven't even gotten to an open house. So you're well into 2014, 2015. And if you're going to worry about that right now, then look, I got better things to worry about personally, But you need to understand